finally got the answer I've been searching for ever since my heart attack. A few days ago, I had a follow-up appointment with my cardiologist. I expected him to tell me my recovery was going well, maybe adjust the medication, maybe tell me I needed to keep eating healthier. Instead, he explained what he believed was the main reason I had a heart attack at just 32 years old. And honestly, I wasn't expecting the answer. If you've been following my journey, you know one question has been in the back of my mind ever since this happened. How? How does someone who exercises, who isn't significantly overweight, who tries to eat reasonably well, end up having a heart attack? Was it stress, diet, exercise, bad luck? Well, according to my cardiologist, the biggest reason wasn't even any of those. It was something called Lipoprotein or LPA. My cardiologist explained something that honestly shocked me. He told me that roughly 1 in 5 people have elevated Lipoprotein. That's over 1 million people. But here's the scary part. Only 1 in 100 people have actually been tested. Why? Because this isn't usually included in your routine cholesterol blood work. Even if you have yearly physicals, even if your cholesterol looks normal, your doctor may have never checked your lipoprotein. In many cases, you actually have to ask for it. When he told me that, I immediately thought, why isn't everyone being tested? Then he showed me my own results. A normal level is generally considered under about 100. Mine was 165. That immediately put me into a much higher cardiovascular risk category. Hearing that was honestly difficult because for weeks I've been wondering what I did wrong. And then my cardiologist said something that completely changed how I looked at my heart attack. So, what exactly is lipoprotein, you may ask? The easiest way to think about it is this. Most people have heard of LDL cholesterol. People often call it bad cholesterol. LPA is similar as it carries cholesterol through your bloodstream. But there's one major difference. It has an extra protein attached to it called apolipoprotein. That extra protein makes the particle much more dangerous. It behaves almost like a sticky cholesterol. As it travels through your arteries, it has a greater tendencies to stick to damaged blood vessel walls. And over time, those sticky particles contribute to plaque buildup. But that's only part of the problem. LPA can also interfere with your body's ability to break down blood clots. That means it doesn't just help create plaque, it may also make blood clots more likely to persist. Together, those effects can significantly increase the risk of heart attacks, strokes, even narrowing the aortic valve. The part that hit me the hardest was learning that this was almost entirely due to genetics. Unlike regular cholesterol, diet and exercise usually don't have much effect on lipoprotein. And that was incredibly frustrating to hear. Because over the last several weeks, I've completely changed my diet. I've started walking every day. I've lost weight. I've cut off processed foods. I've been doing everything I possibly can. Although my cardiologist told me those changes are still incredibly important as they reduce my overall cardiovascular risk, but they probably won't lower my LPA very much because that's determined mostly by my genes. So if lifestyle doesn't change it, what can you do? My cardiologist explained the goal becomes lowering every other risk factor as much as possible. That includes keeping LDL cholesterol extremely low, controlling blood pressure, managing blood sugar if you have diabetes, eating a Mediterranean style diet, staying physically active, not smoking or drinking. Some people may also benefit from medications such as statins to reduce overall cardiovascular risk. My cardiologist told me that there's clinical trials for a medication that can lower lipoprotein(a), and testing are being done to see if it can reduce overall cardiovascular risk for people that have high lipoprotein(a). But currently, there's no medications out there to reduce lipoprotein(a). Because lipoprotein runs in the family, my cardiologist also recommended that my close relatives be tested as well. I'm not making this video to scare anyone. I'm making it because I wish I had known about this before my heart attack. If even one person watches this, asks their doctor about getting tested, and discovers they have elevated lipoprotein(a), maybe they can start reducing the risk before something happens. I'm incredibly thankful that I'm here to even tell this story. But if sharing what I've learned can help someone avoid going through what I did, then it's worth talking about. I still have a long recovery ahead of me. I'm still learning, I'm still making changes every single day, but now I finally have an answer. Not every heart attack happens because someone lived an unhealthy lifestyle. Sometimes your genetics play a much bigger role than you've ever imagined. If you ever had your lipoprotein(a) checked, let me know your experience in the comments below. And if you haven't, it might be worth asking your doctor if testing is appropriate for you, especially if you have a personal or family history of early heart disease. Thanks for following my recovery journey, and I hope to see you in the next video.